Hello guys, here is Marcin as always, and finally I can say welcome in another Photoshop tutorial. It's been a while since I uploaded my last Photoshop tutorial, so I'm happy I can show you my another manipulation, my another tutorial. I can't speak so loud right now, so I'm really sorry if this tutorial is recorded too quiet, cause it's night right now and my girlfriend is sleeping. So I have to be really careful because it's 2 a.m. and I really don't want to wake up her. But I hope it's gonna be okay and this tutorial won't be too quiet. I'm not sure what I can say because, as I said, it's been a while and I lost some confidence and I need to do some practice with tutorials to back on the good mood as before with doing tutorials. As I said, it's been a while and I lost some confidence, I think, maybe confidence with doing tutorials, and so I have to do some practice with tutorials, and soon it's gonna be better. I'm sure it's gonna be better with quality, with my language, and with tutorials. As I said in my last video, when I say thank you to you, I hope I'm gonna upload at least one video tutorial every 2 weeks, and today I'm gonna show you how to create this kind of manipulation. You can see on your screen on your desktop. For me and probably for you as well is kind of Wonderland manipulation with Alice. You probably know who's Alice, so there's no reason I have to tell you about that. I wanted to do winter manipulation or something like this, but I didn't find any good images for that, so I decided to create Wonderland manipulation like this. So I hope you like it. I hope you're gonna like it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And as you see at first, I create my new project like this. It's a bit bigger project than I used to do, than I used to create, because the size is, let's see, it's width 300 and height 200. Oh, sorry, width is 3000 pixels and height 2000 pixels. I'm sorry for my mistake. And resolution for 300 pixels. And of course, to create new project, click File, New, and then create your new project. I call it, there's no name for this, but it doesn't matter. And of course, to create that manipulation, I use some stock images. There's a lot stock images. Well, maybe not a lot, but few. And the first stock images I use is this one. It's called Dragon Cave. I think it works really good in this kind of manipulation. It works perfectly in manipulation I want to create, so I use this one. Of course, all stock images are in the description if you are interested in. Most of them, or even all of them, are from DeviantArt. So, all credits are in the description as always. So, at first, let's create our background. I think background in this manipulation is really simple. There's not too many elements. It's almost only that one images. Of course, I have to create some elements like table, like bridge and stuff. But I do this later. And at first I want to create this part, this hole here, a bit blurry, so there's few ways to create that. Of course, I could select this part and make it blurry, but I make it simple, so I just duplicate this layer. Well, I call it cave, maybe, and that. There's one more thing I have to say before I start to create my manipulation, but as you probably see, right now I'm working on Mac, and this is my first work on Mac. This is my first tutorial I record on Mac. So if I do some mistakes, if I gonna do some mistakes, sorry for that. But there's not so many differences between Mac and PC, so there's no reason to be worried about. And alright, as you see, I duplicate this layer. This is a copy. And to make it simple, as I said, I'm gonna click Filter, Blur, and Radial Blur, because I want to create that maybe psychedelic effect. So I click Zoom, and I'm out maybe about 80, not 100, I think 100 could be too much. So 80 is alright, and right now it's gonna take a while. Maybe it's a bit too strong. Yeah, it's definitely a bit too strong, sorry for that. Let's do this again. Blur and radial blur. So I put the amount maybe 65, should be okay. As I said, it's definitely better. So what to do right now to create on that place on the middle blur? Click here on the small icon to add new layer mask, then use regular brush to make it clear around, like me. Okay, and I think it looks really not too bad right now. It has this kind of magic and maybe even fantasy effect, so it looks nice for me. If you don't like it, then better. You don't have to do this, of course. There's so many different effects. You can do whatever you want. I decided it's gonna be nice if I do this, so I did this already. So here we are, and right now I want to add, I don't know, maybe I add my model at first, or no, I think maybe about something different, but anyway, it's time for more stock images. Let's see. I think I add a table right now. Here's a nice table, so I'm gonna use it. Of course, I have to do selection, so it takes me a while. I think only about this table, which isn't really necessary in this project, I think. And anyway, I want to make this simple, so there's no reason to use the chair. Just the table. Wow. don't bother if you do mistakes like me. We're gonna figure it out after. I could use pen tool, but I think there's no time to use pen tool right now, and just quick selection tool is much better right now. Maybe the selection isn't such a clear, but anyway, it's much better, much faster. You have more time. It's a tutorial, so of course I don't have few hours to record this, but if you have a time, you can use pen tool. And I use library copy, and let's see how it looks on our main project. I have to put this somewhere here. There's some mistakes, so I'm gonna clear this right now. Just add a layer mask. Just zoom, and now using brush tool, make this clear. Yeah. Probably it's Tuesday right now. I supposed to upload this video on Monday, but sorry, there was no time to record this video before, so it's right now. But anyway, I think the good news is I finally upload tutorial. I've been really lazy lately. Probably I almost forgot how to use some tools, Photoshop, so I don't think, I mean, there's possibility that this tutorial won't be my best work, but as always, I try to do my best. And thank you again for 10,000 subscribers. If there's someone new since I uploaded my last video, thank you. Right now it's almost 11,000 subscribers. I'm really glad. There's so many of you. And right now, as you see, this table is a bit too large, so I have to make it a bit smaller. So nice tool to do this is just a free transform. Maybe like this. Let's click apply. Well, it's not bad. Maybe we can use our warp or free transform again to adjust that table, of course. Alright. I think it's not bad right now. Maybe it's for me, this table is really a bit too brighter. So I think I make it a bit darker, because it doesn't look really nice right now. What do you think, guys? It's normal. Of course, I use blending options to make this a bit darker. So I use color black. In blend mode normal and opacity about 15%, you can use 10%, I think it can be alright. Take a look, it's much better right now. And of course, we have to create shadow. Click Command and or Control on Windows and click on this layer to make a selection, and after that to create shadow, click the small icon on the bottom, and after that you can use exposure or hue saturation to create shadow. I use exposure in this example and put exposure on -20. As you see, we create black layer, and right now we have to adjust this the shadow. Sorry guys, I feel really tired right now. It's not such a great news, probably. What I'm doing, I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright. Right now I just use eraser tool to remove unnecessary parts of the shadow, like this, like here, and read. And right now I just have to make it blurry because it doesn't look natural, of course. It can be motion blur, I think. Motion blur is supposed to be good. Maybe like this. Okay. For me, it still doesn't look too natural. I don't know why. With motion blur, I think there is not enough black color here, and that layer is too dark. So I change opacity on this shadow layer and create new layer to add some other shadow. Of course, I'm gonna change opacity here to 50% or something like that, and yeah, I have to use eraser tool again here. And right now our table is ready, so we can do other things right now. And I want to back to this cave thing, because I have to create bridge right here and some stuff on my background. I can save. So let's see what I have, what kind of image I have. Maybe bridge, no, it's not that one. It's supposed to be somewhere here. And of course, sorry if this tutorial is boring, but of course it's just a work. It always takes a while. There's no such a thing like straight away. So this tutorial takes a while to create that stuff. And what you can do, you have to be patient to create things. I make a selection using pen tool, of course. Of course, I made some tutorial in the past where I use pen tool and different type of selections, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. But if you have some problem with selection tools, please check my previous tutorials. And then when I make a selection, click right and make a selection. Feather radius 3 pixels. I used to put 3 pixels, then layer via copy. And here's my bridge. Let's see how huge that's supposed to be. Alright, let's see. Using move tool, I drag this to my main project, and it works already. Of course, I believe you're gonna do this better. Like this, like this. Sorry if I'm saying stupid things, but I'm really tired right now. Like, really. Supposed to be okay. Maybe something like this. Looks not bad for me, of course, but it doesn't look natural in this place, so add layer mask, of course, as always, layer mask. Select gradient tool and use that invisible one. Let's see, where is that? That one, invisible one. To make it clear, to make edges clear and natural. Take a look, it looks much better right now. But something wrong is here, I think. Yeah, we don't have any doors at the end of the road. So let's close that one. Don't save, of course, I don't need you anymore. And open our doors. We have to find our doors. All my doors. If you're wrong, just stop. Shanghai doors. Alright, so I make it really fast. The worst part is really making selection. I only want a doors part from this, like, yeah. Alright. Of course, make a selection. Feather radius only 1 pixels right now, and layer via copy again. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna drag it here. As you see, that doors are definitely too large, so I have to adjust that doors here. Still too large. They're gonna be really small doors, because it's just end of the road. And maybe now, I'm not sure. I can't can't see really well. Alright. There are two normal. Let's use warp, free transform and warp to make them a bit shaky. Shaky doors. Maybe a bit bigger on top. Yeah. Definitely like this. See? It looks much better right now. Maybe that doors even doesn't look like doors, but you know there are doors. You have to know there are doors. Probably I use wrong doors to create that manipulation, but don't bother. You can use something different to create this kind of manipulation. Here's our table, and what I supposed to do right now, maybe some other elements. Let's see what I have. I need some kind of key, or yeah. Oh, delete. I'm gonna make it a bit slower. Not only a bit. That key is definitely too large for our project. So okay. And change blend mode to multiply. Wow, why it doesn't work? Because multiply is supposed to make your white background invisible, but it looks like that background isn't really white, or I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, darken works perfectly. Sorry, it's probably my mistake, but I was pretty sure that multiply is supposed to create white background invisible. So here's our key, and of course I'm gonna make it a bit blurry. And maybe we can use some other stuff, some other stock image. Let's see what I can do right now. File open. Maybe this one. Of course, all that stuff, all of this is really boring stuff, and I know that really well. So I just gonna do this really fast. I try to do this really fast. The rest of that, oh god, it's wrong. lantern. Let's add our lantern. Such a huge lantern. Of course, I have to use free transform again. I'm doing this really quick. Try to do this really quick. Not sure if it looks natural or not really. Because maybe it's a bit too large, but I want to add some lights here on the end, at the end. Alright. So I think it's time for our model, because as I said, it's not such a great idea to have too many elements in just a tutorial, because to be honest, you can add much more elements, much more stock images to your own project, but just an idea, and I believe you use much more project. So right now it's time for our model. It's an Alice, of course. It's feedstock from DeviantArt, of course, one of the most popular model on DeviantArt. As you probably know, she's my favorite model for my work, definitely. And I use pen tool to make a selection. I'm gonna make it faster probably on my final result, because it takes me a while. And alright, I do the selection. It really takes me a while. It's a shitty job, to be honest. Sorry for my language. I mean, for the nasty words. Of course, feather radius at 3 pixels, and then I use live via copy. Probably it's too large. I'm not sure how huge I'm supposed to. Maybe I change for 1500, and let's see. Yeah, it's proper size. If we have some mistakes with our edges here, of course we can make it clear by adding layer mask, and after that just use brush tool with black color. But we have to be really careful with that. It's not an easy job. This tutorial is going to be longer than I accept it's going to be. But anyway, I'm really tired. To be honest, it's already 3 AM. I don't bother because my sleeping patterns are really specific right now, because I'm working in a bar. So I'm working at night. I used to work at night, just a part-time job. That's one of the reasons why I haven't uploaded so many tutorials right now, because I'm working, and every day I'm really tired right now. It's okay. Well, to be honest, it would be better if that table would be in a different place. Like right now, I can see that. Probably you can see that as well. This table supposed to be somewhere here for me. Shadow as well. Supposed to be somewhere here. And our model, oh sorry, and our model supposed to be somewhere here. And let's do free transform. 370 something, right? Like this. Looks not bad. Maybe she could stand somewhere here and we have to find some place for the rabbit, of course, but at first shadow, most important thing, shadow on our model, exposure of course, no, free transform. Alright, can be like this. Actually, it's really good. Shadow right now. And I'm gonna make it blurry. Just motion blur maybe. Again. Red. It's not enough. Still not enough, sorry. Maybe like this. And yeah, the thing is, I put my model on the top and because our model has to be always on the top. Here's a few mistakes, I can see that. With our edges, on the head especially. Alright. So now it's time for our rabbit, for a cup of tea and clock. It takes me a while, so it's no sense, I think it's no sense to show you how I add clock and rabbit and stuff like this. It's really no sense, so I just and make it faster right now, and I show you the final result, I think. So right now I want to add some lightning effects and some other stuff like color effects. So at first I gonna use hue saturation as always. Almost about -55 is alright, and then it's good to use, I think, maybe where is it, photo filter. I want to add some warm nice color, maybe like this. I use yellow warming filter at 30%. It has this nice color right now, and I think then gradient map could be nice, but probably I supposed to create my own, and just let's see how it's gonna look. And definitely I gonna use my own like this. And for shadow, yeah, if it's too strong, just change opacity. Still doesn't look as perfect for me. Especially the colors. So I think I'm gonna use another gradient map and change to overlay. Just change. I add really soft screen even. Right now it looks a bit okay, and maybe it's good to use create new layer, and of course Dutch and burn tool. At first Dutch tool, but we have to file, edit, fill this layer with 50% gray, and after that change blend mode to overlay to make this layer invisible, and exposure 30% would be great, would be lovely, and add some shiny colors. After that, burn tool and exposure on 20, and some parts has to be darker. It's only to add some contrast, of course. As you see, our model course looks much better after burning. Of course, it's not finished because there is some effect I wanna add. I think on the first plan we could add some kind of mushrooms. Right, apply. And for this I'm going to use background erasing tool. Tolerance about and just remove our unnecessary parts of shrooms. Be careful with the edges. And of course, to make it more interesting, we could where's the watch? And to create that shrooms much more interesting, just click right and go to blending options and then use gradient overlay to add some interesting colors to our shrooms, our magic shrooms, of course. It's too strong, maybe. If it's too strong, you can change opacity a bit. And okay. And alright, we almost done. At the end, maybe about the shrooms, I'm going to duplicate that layer with shrooms and gonna make them blurry and change blend mode to screen. It gives us that kind of magic fantasy effect. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to call this. but for me it looks a bit better. If you don't want that shrooms, they are not necessary, to be honest. And about that, don't forget about that, the lamp. Where is it? I have to find this. Whatever, just create new layer, use brush tool. I download some nice brushes before, and just click on it. Change blend mode to overlay. If it's too strong, of course, you can change opacity, and it's going to be a bit better, I think. So as I said, it's almost done right now, and at the end you can add some special effects. You can use plugins. Actually, I used to use plugin called Perfect Effects. So click Shift Alt Command and E on Mac, or Shift Alt Control E on Windows, for users with Windows. And as you see, we have our final result here. So click right, convert to smart object, and after that click window, and as I said, I use Perfect Effects. So you can download Perfect Effects, link is in the description. To go to Perfect Effects, click Windows and extensions on one. After that, as you see, I have on one software, Perfect Portrait. Just want to them all. Perfect Effects, yeah, and open Perfect Effects 8. Those effects, I have some experience with Perfect Effects 8, so those effects are really nice. So just let's see how we get. So just let's add. So right now I just want to add nice blur on the right side. Not sure about contrast and HDR look. Just add. I think I decide to apply a round blur to my project. Except regular blur, and after that, what can I do? Maybe I split tone, blue and yellow. I think blue and yellow looks really perfect in this kind of manipulation, to be honest, and I even don't want to try anything else, because that one looks really perfect for me. And we could just look take a look for contrast. And yeah, I decided to add some natural contrast, definitely. Maybe the blur thing a bit better. Just here. And alright. I think it's done, and it looks. I'm really happy with that effect, to be honest. Maybe the last effect, like dynamic contrast, was a bit destructive for that project. But anyway, I think it doesn't change too much because it's a nice effect. So we have to apply that effect. The blur stuff could be much more clear, a bit softened. But anyway, I think my final result looks not so bad, even if there was some kind of troubles on the road. I mean, I applied too much mushrooms. There were some mistakes, and the tutorial were really chaotic. But even that, I hope you like this tutorial. I hope you like this tutorial, and leave a comment if you have any question, if you have any opinion. Of course, like this video if you like that video, and if you want to help my channel to grow. And I'm really tired, so it would be better for us if I end that video. So see you guys in the next Photoshop tutorials. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me in such a long tutorial, and I hope this tutorial helped you a bit. So take care and see you soon.